The 2020 WNBA playoffs already off to an unbelievable start, but tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. on The Jump. You will check out some of the league's top performers get awarded for their achievements, including the league MVP. Going to be another big day on The Jump. All right, here's another look at the 2020 All-NBA First Team, which was announced at the top of this show. Richard, these 5 players are all worthy of first-team honors due to their impact this season, but I am curious to know, which player from this list would you most want leading your team next season?
Oh, that's tough. Well, look, there's 2 players to pick from that are still standing, and that's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But I'm still going to have to go with Bron. You know, the way you could see his game evolve, and you can see that he led the league in assists. That's something that he hadn't done before. And it's just still impressive, averaging double-digit assists. And it just shows that he needed to evolve his game. And I think he can evolve his game around lots of players. And I think that's why players have teamed up with him over the years.
Well, Richard, to
Perk?
end the show, I'm going to have to agree with you. Rachel, I got to agree with Richard for once in a lifetime. I got to go with LeBron James. I mean, to us, yeah, we know that he's getting older, but it don't seem that way on the court. In my opinion, he looked like the LeBron James back in Miami. The way that he's chasing down blocks on the defensive end, the way that he's been explosive to the basket, the way that he's playing right now. He took out the Houston Rockets. He snatched their souls from them. You're talking about 2 MVPs still in their prime, and Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and LeBron James made them look like, you know, it was boys amongst men. All due respect to the Brodies, you know I love those 2, but he was just clearly the better player on the floor. He's clearly the best player in the world, and I will still build around him next season if I had a player to choose from.
I agree completely. Look, he's not 0-10 LeBron, but he is still dominant, and he still has that mental IQ, that basketball IQ, the ability to adjust his game. I look at the rest of the group. Giannis struggles a little bit to end games. James Harden, you still have questions about. Anthony Davis is on his own team, but, you know, we still haven't seen Anthony Davis have that dominant playoff success, and Luka Doncic is still young. So if we're just going off the first-team All-NBA, right, everybody's got a few things that you would need to build around, but I think LeBron James is still the most complete player on this list.
All right, now I'm going to raise the degree of difficulty of this question, though. So, Perk, you looked at those 5, and you picked LeBron. What about Steph and KD? Where do they fit into that group for who you would want next year if you had to pick first on your team?
Well, I will still go with LeBron James because I don't know how KD is going to come back off the Achilles injury. If I watch the first couple games in preseason and KD is healthy, ask me that question again, Rachel, and it's going to be Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant healthy is arguably the best player in the world right now. He's the best scorer of all time, in my opinion. In NBA history, his defense is underrated, and you would just have to start with Kevin Durant, 7-foot guy that could score a bucket anywhere on the court that has 0 flaws offensively. I'm taking him all day.
I completely agree. That was the one thing that I think we missed out this season, not getting a Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant is the one player that I truly believe can actually take the crown and say that he is the best player, because it's about playoff performance, but it's also about your ability. Kevin Durant has no holes in his game. He can post up. He can shoot deep. He can knock down the late free throws. He can create, and he can do things on the defensive end that his defense has improved over the last 5 years. So he is the one player, to me, that has all of the tools. Like we talked about Giannis, you know, late in games. We talked about James Harden and his ability. So there's just too many guys out there. Kevin Durant is the one guy that has no holes in his game at this point that could be the best player in the world as soon as he's back healthy.
I mean, look, Kevin Durant was definitely on the path to take that crown from LeBron last year before he got hurt. And then he got hurt. LeBron wasn't even in the playoffs last year. And then he doesn't play it all. Kevin doesn't play it all this season. And LeBron is making this super impressive run. It's fun to watch. All right, here's a look at the all-rookie first and second teams, headlined by Ja Morant, who is the only unanimous selection. He's joined by Kendrick Nunn, Brandon Clark, Zion, and Eric Pascal. Tyler Hero anchors the second team along with Terrence Davis, the third. Kobe White, P.J. Washington Jr., and Rui Hachimura. Kendrick, which rookie do you expect to have the best sophomore season?
Rachel, you already know the answer to this. The rookie that I told you I would have took with the #1 pick, and that's Ja Morant. He's a generational talent in a guard-driven league. I think he's a mixture. He has the athleticism of a Russell Westbrook. He has the handles of a Kyrie Irving. And he has the passing ability of a Rajon Rondo. And he's a leader. This guy has showed us nothing but great leadership and that he wants to get better. Putting on 12 pounds of muscle during the pandemic shows me that he's dedicated. Having Memphis in that 8th spot in the Western Conference before the pandemic showed me that he's a true leader, and I'm taking John Morant.
So I'm going to go a different route. I agree. I think John Morant's going to make the same type of shut up, Perk. I know he's going to make the same type of jumps that Luka made from year 1 to year 2. I think he can do that. But I'm going to say the Porter Jr. brothers that aren't brothers and there's no relation. I'm going to talk about Kevin Porter Jr. and Michael Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr.
Do you know the difference between them yet?
I do. Because Kevin Porter Jr. is in a space in Cleveland with J.B. Bickerstaff as his head coach, and he's going to have room to grow and really improve. So I think we can see a jump. And I think Michael Porter Jr., after having a year of basketball, able to work on his own, he is the starting 3-man for the Denver Nuggets. He's going to have an ability to really prove what he can do on the scoring end. So I think those 2 rookies will become household names next year.
Here's what I like. Did you see that tweet from John Morant? He's not forgetting that someone did not vote for him for Rookie of the Year. So that man is motivated. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.